Good evening and welcome to Kick-On's Prelim final weekend, the best weekend in the whole of the season. One of the best analysts in football is alongside of me. His name is Josh Jenkins. JJ, good to have you back.
Alf or Brownie? What would you prefer?
Just Alf.
Alf. Nah, congrats to you. I don't know a lot about the award, but whenever you get a trophy, it's a good feeling. Talk us through it.
You just take it and you say to all the other media lightweights out there that have been giving it to me all
Get up early.
Up yours, get up early.
Do more work.
Here we are. But congratulations to you because you had a big week last week as well. You were all over the Hawks marks situations. You put together this. We looked at it 6+ marks. We can now bet on this, of course, at Sportsbet and all the unique markets.
Blakey Hardwick.
The first half.
Come on, Keezy.
Got to 6.
Look at this. Well, that's why, and this is the beauty of life as a defender. Look at this sideways stuff. And this was cash for Hardwick in the first half. So we turn a profit in the first half of a game. We sit back we sit back and we just enjoy the game in the second half, knowing we've made some money on the contest. Prelim final weekend, you mentioned it. I love prelim final weekend. I've done the numbers as well at you and I. So you're a 40% win-loss strike rate in prelims. I'm 100.
Yeah.
You averaged 17 disposals.
What'd you average?
I averaged 17 and 4 goals.
What?
Just the numbers, Kane. Continue on.
For one prelim?
Hey, look.
How many did I play?
Look, I'm not sure.
How many did I play?
Press on.
I had a bad week, but I just got a little bit ahead of myself, and I have probably done that from time to time throughout the year, and we did our over-unders, and if not for this...
How good was this, though?
In the last 40 seconds, when we needed Fletcher to get to 21, he was on 19, took the kick out, switched it back to him.
Stand under it. Good
just
boy.
To get him to 21. Look, he kicks it with 18 seconds to go, and that saved me from an absolute donut, a bagel. I went 1 from 6. You went 4 from 6, and you are back.
What about our man? Now, we said, now he's had a tough week. Sammy Berry. How do you go under 14.5?
I said, if Sam Berry doesn't get to 15, don't bother. Don't come back for pre-season.
Well, don't come Monday, and he doesn't need to.
Don't do it, but don't even rock up for pre-season.
Nah, come back for... No, we want you on the list.
If you're a pure midfielder and you're not getting to 20, let alone 12, pack your bags.
No, we want you to come back.
I'll see you in the Sandful next year, Sammy.
No.
Big game on Friday night. Big game on Friday night. How do you see it?
Oh, I can't wait for it. It's going to be absolutely enormous. We know about the old rivalry, the modern rivalry, but I think these are the two best running teams. I think these two teams cover the ground better than any other teams in the competition.
What do you think of those odds?
I think they're too far apart.
Yeah,
Hawthorn deserve to be a lot tighter. I think they will by the time the bounce is done, I think that game will be a lot tighter head to head. How do you see it playing out?
Yeah, I agree with you on the running capabilities of both teams. They can cover the ground like...
and the systems.
Better than anyone, yeah, and the systems as well. I'm still a little bit concerned about Hawthorn's midfield. So there's the line there, 10.5. That's probably about right, you would think. But I like Hawthorn there. I think if their midfield can stack up with Warple and what Ward did against Adelaide, then they're in a good spot. Newcomb's in good form. And at either end, I think Hawthorn are set up better than what the Cats are. But first time they've been back to a prelim since 2015.
Versus a team who are there every year. 6 out of the last 7 years for the Cats.
How?
In prelims.
How?
I mean, they say they set the season up to give themselves a chance. Now, that's great. Everyone could say that. But they make every decision based on how does it look on prelim final weekend and grand final weekend, and they're here again. So it has all the trademarks of an absolute epic with... Hawthorn aren't going to get overawed by 100,000 at the MCG. Geelong are there every year, so it's got the trademarks to be an absolute epic.
Last time these two teams met was in round 6, where Geelong got it done by 7 points. Sam Mitchell lamented the turnover game after that.
We got a lot of things right. They're a good side, but we got enough wrong that they deserve the win, and you can't do some of the stuff that we did today and expect to beat good sides, and we've known where we're at, need to improve, need to keep getting better. We feel like we're continually doing that, but the very best sides put you away when you make mistakes.
And that's what they did, Kane. They went for a lot. I don't know whether Hawthorn had maybe gone into the game thinking Geelong have got a great defensive system. Geelong have got great defensive shape. We're going to make it up. We're going to take things that aren't there. And Geelong feasted on that. And some of the kicks that the Hawks went for. Now, this is just great pressure from great players. But Hawthorn were a little bit too aggressive. I think they'll try and be a little bit more methodical by foot and get more marks so that this stuff doesn't happen.
Yep, the Cats number one for that, scoring from turnovers, which is where...
And they kill you.
Yeah, it does, and it's the easiest way to score in modern football. One Hawthorn forward who's in ripping form, can't believe it, 33 years of age,
Incredible.
70-plus goals again, kicked 5 against Adelaide. Jack Gunston has 3+ goals in 9 of his last 11 games. How?
Unbelievable. It is incredible. Now, a lot of this, that was a gift from Kane as the goalkeeper.
There's a couple of gifts from
retreat.
Kane.
But look at the space that he's able to operate in, and that's why I love Hawthorn's system. So he's not beating anyone with physicality or overpowering anyone or speed. It's all about timing. Now, that timing is useless unless the ball's coming in, at a different angle, getting it off the line, and they're hitting him up on short lead and marks. He gets this one out the back. So the Hawthorn system is playing into his hands perfectly, and he's the perfect forward to be on the end of it.
So Geelong have got a pretty good back six. We know Stewart's back into form, so that they will have a good matchup for him. Are you, pretty short for 3+. If he gets 3, that's a good result.
Oh, a great result. Yeah. I'm probably not getting involved with those markets. Yeah. I think Jack Henry goes to him, and then you got Sam De Koning to probably go to a Lewis, and then a Connor O'Sullivan to a Chol. So they actually do match up pretty well. So you just got to win those positions.
The Tag brothers are coming, and they're coming for one man, and that is Jai Newcombe. So Mullen's been in good form. O'Connor probably for me, because Newcombe's that bigger body, but he's ranked 1 in 4 consecutive finals, which is frightening. He's not going to get any room whatsoever. Who do you see going to him?
I think Mullen goes to him. I think Mullen's a little bit more accustomed to tagging as a midfielder. O'Connor wants to sort of tag half forwards who come up, might attend the occasional stoppage. And this is the part where, now I don't know what the instructions were to the Adelaide mids, but they just simply weren't big enough and strong enough and powerful enough and didn't want it enough to pull this off.
Come on, Sam Berry.
That's right. Now, easy on Sam. He's had a tough week. But Mullen will be in his hip pocket. He will be there. And he might get first possession, but he probably gets wrapped up. So these clearance numbers for Newcombe, I would honestly be staying away. The bottom 2, Warple and Holmes, are the 2 I'd be looking at. I reckon those 2 can have good nights.
Yeah, I agree with you. $1.27 for 6+ clearances. It's not a whole lot of value
speaks
there.
Speaks to his class.
You've got your eye on the forward up the other end, and that's Jezza.
Jezza. It's time to rock and roll, Jezza. So he's had an incredible season. His finals record is not outstanding, but he's not the only tall forward in that space. So here we go, a same player multi. Jezza have 12 or more disposals. He can roam up the ground and get involved. 3 or more goals, and you can see some marks as well. So if he gets 12 disposals, he's probably marking the ball a little bit. 2 tackles as well. That's the one I've put in there.
That makes me...
If he gets the rest, but he doesn't have a tackle, I'll be coming for you,
I'm happy
Jezza.
with the rest, but he's not a tackler.
Get a couple of tackles.
Let's go to Saturday twilight at the MCG. Collingwood sitting and waiting for a week, which has been good for them with their ageing bodies. And Brisbane, who responded as they have done every single time they've been challenging. You've been on that all year. I don't really know where this lies, but once again,
you take the value, don't you?
I reckon.
If you think
I think you do.
If you think it's a 50-50 game, you take the value from a betting perspective. The beauty of this matchup, unlike the Geelong-Hawthorn matchup, is we've got some recent form to go off. Yep. We've seen these 2 teams go at it recently. I think it was round 20 or round 21, where Brisbane came to the MCG. And it was a 27-point margin, but it was fairly convincing. I was at that game. It never felt like Collingwood were going to win that game.
So if you like Brisbane, then do you like them for the premiership at $5.25?
Well, yes, because they're not starting the grand final at $5. So if you like Brisbane in this game, that's a very good point you make. You should be having something on them for the premiership, because they'll be, against either team, they'll be 220, 230 maximum in a grand final. They were so good against Gold Coast. Gold Coast kicked the first 2 and we thought, hello, what's going on here? And you were there.
Yep.
Energy's up for the Suns.
And Harris Andrews went across to Ben King.
Game over.
Touched the footy since that moment that he moved, and he had 7 intercept marks and had 20 possessions, so he was awesome. Harris Andrews, but you spoke about that last time these 2 teams played. Craig McRae thought they were out-hunted.
I was probably more frustrated after the Fremantle loss, to be honest, because the numbers suggested we played quite well. Our pressure was really high. Tonight we were outplayed by a really good team, like a really good team, a hungry team. As I said after Fremantle, it's good to get that lesson now, isn't it? Like that against an opposition that's hungry.
Can they match him in the midfield? Can the Pies, if it's not Nick Dacos, I mean, to go has been good and is going to need to be, but Even without Neil, there's some good names going through this Brisbane midfield.
Yeah, it's deep. And Neil had 36 and 12 clearances in this game. So he was a big factor in the performance. But, you know, this is the thing, isn't it? And this is what we spoke about in the lead up to the Gold Coast Brisbane game. Collingwood are the same. If you're going to allow Human Cluggage a free run at it, and you're going to allow Will Ashcroft a free run at it, you run the risk of them being the best player or one of the best 2 or 3 players on the ground. So McCluggage for the clearances again. Will Ashcroft is the one. He really has stepped up. He's been fantastic all year, to be honest. Yeah. We love what he's been able to do. And Josh Dunkley, his game just speaks for itself.
Yeah, and Will Ashcroft is in good form as well. He's a finals operator.
Dunkley, would you send Dunkley to Dacos or DeGoey? Because physically he's better suited to DeGoey, but you want to shut down Nick.
I think he just goes to Nick at stoppage.
I agree.
And just tries to monster him and take some gas out of his tank and try and wear him down like that. Logan Morris was awesome last time these two teams played, but there's the midfield numbers as well. But let's get to Logan, the young star who kicked 6. And expose what can be a vulnerable Collingwood defence at times. We've seen Big Voss get a hold of them. We've seen Gunston do the same, Logan Morris, the young man. So Darcy Moore's going to have to do what he did against Adelaide and return to that really strong form that he had.
Yeah, and Morris is just going to need to do what he did last week. Just kick a couple, compete, you know, not get out marked, not let Moore and Maynard and a few of these guys and Howe, if he's able to play and play the whole game, not allow these guys to take some intercept marks, and that might be his role. Occasionally as a key forward, that's just your night. Don't let him take intercept marks. But having said that, I'll tell you the one I like, and he's proven now, in my eyes, in big games, Kai Lohmann.
Yeah.
He's the one.
He is, and it's going to be, for me, it's the small, so I agree with you. Logan Morris, if he kicks his 2 or 3 and competes, but it's going to be Rayner, it's going to be Bailey, it's going to be Cameron, it's going to be Elliott at the other end, it's going to be Schultz. That's what happens in finals, is the smaller players dominate finals, not the tall forwards, as we've seen right throughout the finals. It's time for our notice.
Who'd we go to last? Sorry, you. It's got nothing to do.
Who did I put on last week?
Oh, I can't remember who you put. Was it Dimmer? No, it was Logan Morris. Oh, poor guy.
Well, it was good.
It
was a good response.
Kicked a couple.
I thought he torched McAndrew, but this week it's about playing injured players in finals. So on notice,
I don't mind this.
Jeremy Howe, if you put your hand up, he's played like 4 games since round 17. His game time is about 30% since that
So
time.
Does he have to get through the game, or he has to play well?
Get through and play well. Yeah,
Right.
I think this is one of the great selection gambles that I've seen for a prelim final. How do we know that he's actually good to go? I've seen some vision at training. He looks like he's jumping okay, but he's had a torn groin, he's had a concussion, he's had other soft tissue injuries, and you're going to thrust him into the hottest atmosphere you're going to get probably this year, prelim final in front of 100,000 against good opposition. So he'd want to get through, and if he doesn't, this could backfire.
I've tried to get some separation from most of the on notices this year, but I like that one. I agree with that one.
Are you nervous about it?
Yeah, I'm nervous about it. I mean, you and I know better than most. You can only replicate so much pressure at training. It's when the game is on, when your body can let you down. Cam Rayner. So last time these two teams played, Rayner and Bailey had 17 and 2 goals in the second half, hadn't touched it in the first half. This guy as well, against Collingwood last time and last week, have a look at this. I mean, he's just a physical monster. Just looks at opposition players and says, you can't tackle me. So the last time Collingwood and Brisbane played, Rayner had 3 disposals in the first half, had 12 disposals, 8 tackles and 2 goals in the second half. So completely exploded. He'll need some attention. But he's the one I want to go after when it comes to a same player multi.
What do you got?
He's a player that even when he has 2 touches in the first half, sometimes that's better play. Yeah. So I want to get around Cam Rayner. I like him to get his hands on the ball, 15 disposals, anytime goal, and then we get the marks and the tackles and the kicks. So $7.50, good price, about a player who can explode and do most of that in 1 quarter.
Is your premiership exacta still alive?
Oh, of course it is.
How? This is amazing.
Well, we a lot of us thought at the start of the finals that Brisbane and Geelong, despite playing in the first final, the loser could go the long way and make it. So we're still alive, Brisbane, to beat the Cats next week, hopefully.
Brownlow Medal night on Monday night, the night of nights. You've got your eye on some over-unders, which you've been doing with disposals. This is tricky, though. But firstly, our prediction of who finishes in the top 3. We'll rank them. How'd you see it?
I'm pretty confident. I liked it. I've put a bit of work into the Brownlow this year. Normally I don't spend a lot of time on it. Dacos, Anderson and Wanganeen Miller. That's in order. So you can take the box.
$151.
Yes, but you can take the box version of that, which means they can finish in any order, and it'll be a lot less odds, but maybe a little bit safer than that one.
All right, I'm not sure what the odds of mine are, but I think this is the way that it's going to go. But how?
Oh, come on.
$18.
Give us something, mate. Give us something.
Is that all?
Mate, well, that's what...
How'd you get 151 and I got 18?
I just know where the value is,
that
my friend.
deserves more than $18.
But you can't just choose your own odds.
Our traders, that deserves more than 18.
Put them on notice.
Who knows about the umpires? Silly umpires trying to umpire the game, which they can't do properly, and then try and vote on the Brownlow Medal. Who knows how that's going to land? But if they were doing it properly, that's how it should land.
I might not let you go too much further with the umpires.
Don't put that on social media.
Cause some grief. It's caused some grief for you. Let me get stuck into some over-unders in terms of some individuals. So, as I said, I've had a good look at the markets. I love the over-unders, and you can multi those on the Sportsbet app as well. So, the first one I want to have a look at is Bailey Smith. He is at 29.5.
Over.
Under, mate. Under.
Patrick Cripps got 40-something votes last
And there'll
year.
be a correction. There'll be a subconscious correction from the umpires. He has never had double-figure Brownlow Medal votes in a season. Under. Bailey Smith.
You're very confident.
Very confident.
How come I'm not allowed to play this game?
The other reason is Max Holmes.
Why is this
because,
just you?
Mate, you want to make up your own odds. Max Holmes. This is the other reason I like Bailey Smith under, because I think Max Holmes will get some of the votes that we think or you think is going to go to Bailey Smith. 7 times I've got him for best on ground, Max Holmes. I think he'll have 7 BOGs, which basically gets him over. Just on that.
All right, what about the big ruckman?
Under. He's a ruckman. Mate, he's a ruckman.
Yeah, 17's a lot.
They only won 7 games. And if you want to go back through those games, I know Sammy who looks after us, is a big D's man. Cozzy Pickett will be getting some threes in those wins. So I can't see how Max Gorn gets 18 votes.
No, I agree with you on that one.
Thank
What
you.
about my man, Zach Butters?
Every single time Port Adelaide won a game this year, I know it wasn't
Votes.
a lot. Every time they won, he was the leading disposal getter for Port Adelaide, except once. So he's going to get a lot of 3s and 2s.
All right, do you think the umpires like Ed Richards or not?
He was the hardest one to assess. He's going to get votes in bunches, but I reckon he could finish the night on 8 votes because he's just that. He might be a year too early. We see players who have a breakout season, they don't get rewarded until the following season. To my eye, he should get votes in bunches, but do they all go to Bontempelli? When Bontempelli gets back, the proven vote getter, and there's a narrative around Bont as well. He hasn't been rewarded on Brownlow.
Yeah, there's no narrative around Richards.
Not yet.
They might notice him next year. All right, coming up next, our over-unders for prelim final weekend. We've got a lot to get through. You're watching Kick-Ons. Where else would you want to be other than watching us on Kick-Ons for prelim final weekend? Our over and unders have been pretty interesting this year. I've really enjoyed doing it. I've had a bad week. You are back.
I'm about to make a bad week worse.
In the pack, and you've thrown a real spanner in the works.
Well, our traders have been great because only 2 games for them to focus on, so they've opened it up.
Tyson Stengel.
Normally, we don't get access to these type of players.
Small forwards.
Tyson Stengel. Come on, talk to me. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go under. I'm just going to go under for
Under
Tyson.
11?
Under 11. Well, he sits inside forward 50. I'm not sure he's going to get that much of the football. It's a tricky number, but I think he'll kick 2 goals, but go under.
I agree. I think he'll get Hardwicked. I think Blake Hardwick will go to him and make his life difficult, but hopefully, I've played with Tyson. He's a good fella. Hopefully, he can kick through.
Yeah, all right. Maxi Holmes, he's featured a lot in our over-unders, and he's a really difficult one because at times he can get you mid-30s and at times he can get you low 20s.
Yeah.
Like the difference between his
and
biggest
still have an impact in both.
and his lowest. Exactly right. So it's 24.5. He's got to get to 25. I just think he goes over that in a final where...
I'm under. I think he'll go under. I'm just happy to take the number. I don't necessarily... Normally, I'd want a matchup. I'd want to know what the matchup looks like. But I think in a final, I think we've seen these midfielders' numbers regress just a little bit in these finals. More pressure. There's less easy ball. There's no sideways stuff. So I think he'll go. I'll just think he'll go under, but I'm not confident about it.
John Newcombe, everyone is spooked because there's a tag waiting for
Under.
him. But it is a low... 23 is a low number.
Under.
Even with the tag...
Under.
They're not a rusted on hugging tag. I'm going to go over at 23.
I will. He will not
You
be
sound
getting
very
5 games in a row where he's the best player on the ground in the finals.
It doesn't have to. You're just going to
Shane Mullen. I reckon he'll be high teens.
It doesn't have to get best on
I reckon
ground.
he'll get high teens.
Just get me 23.
Sheen Mullen will be in his hip pocket for 120 minutes, and Jump and Jai will not have a good night.
Patrick Dangerfield was a ridiculous suggestion by you.
Because you don't know where he's going to play.
I've got no idea where he's going to play. I'm just going under. I think 17 for the more forward role permanent that he's playing.
Well, he started.
I know he started.
So they flipped out
5
Bailey
minutes.
Smith to the wing, which Bailey Smith left the Dogs because he was playing on the wing, so hopefully he doesn't leave the Cats. Danger started midfield. I just think in these big moments they're going to put Dangerfield on ball. So I think it might be a 30-70 split or a 40-60 split on ball. So I think he can go over.
Over for Dangerfield with JJ. Another
about
one
my
of
man
these
here?
tricky small forwards, Charlie Cameron, who was allowed to roam right up the ground against Gold Coast. I don't think he'll be doing that again. He's in shocking form, so I'm just
calm down.
I'm going under.
He had 3 shots at goal.
He's in poor form.
Missed one from a metre, Charlie. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind putting those through from a metre, that'd be handy. I'm going over because I think he now understands that his lot in life is not to stay close to goal. It's to get up the ground and get involved. He kicked the ball quite nicely around the field last week. So I'll take him to go over. Dan Houston, speaking of tough, what's happened to this man is beyond belief.
This is easy. This is an easy over. This is the one I'm most confident about, this one.
How could you be confident?
Very, very confident about
How?
17 touches, he'll take some kick-ins. Surely they give him the footy. So I made an error on Charlie Cameron. In hindsight, I would like to go back and revisit that, but I'll stick with it. 38.40 for my over-unders. A bit more value with JJ's 42.50.
You just want to marry them up so I can't eat into your lead.
That's true. That's true. Only 1 week after this as well for you to get that lead back. We've got our headlines, we've got our Footy Trip multis, plenty more still to come on Kick-Ons. Read all about it, JJ. There's your headline.
Do you prefer patting a domesticated cat or looking at wild cats? Because it's going to be Brisbane and Geelong in grand finals. What's your preference?
Probably like patting the nice, friendly ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I like cats. I like cats, not the big ones that can eat you. It's going to be an absolute classic, as good as 89. I was there, I was 6, one of the great grand finals
born in 89.
you've ever seen. You're a bit younger than me, and it was a brilliant game, so I'm just hoping we get something like that on Friday night. I think we will. The Footy Trip's in my control.
Yes.
Once again, I've been pretty good with the Footy Trip.
Bloody
I think
Crows.
Brisbane 1-39, good value at
like it.
2.75.
Good from you.
2.75 there. And the Footy Trip, you and I performed pretty well last week. Our multi.
Our multi, yeah. You and I got the job done. We went the Brisbane midfielders. Will Ashcroft and McCluggage did the job. Richo, our bald friend. Darcy Fogarty has barely seen the footy in the last 10 weeks.
Touched it.
And he thought, I'll just chuck Darcy Fogarty in for 2+. Here's this week's. And Richo's chimed in again. But he's gone with Pendlebury 23+. I've gone Will Ashcroft again, back
Josh
to the
Jacobs,
well.
26+, kick-ins, cheapies across halfback, left, right and
He's
centre.
got Houston taking all the kick-ins.
Yeah, Josh will take a fair few of those kick-ins. We didn't win an award at the AFMAs last night for best.
I thought your Alf was for best
TV program.
late night analyst.
AFL 360 won that.
It's always next year.
There is always next year, but I just feel like we were robbed. We were absolutely robbed.
I can't believe it.
I see it.
I just presumed you won the award for being on this show. Is Richo back for the grand final or no?
I don't know. Is he?
Fair income.
Well, it's incredible that he has taken this time off at this time of the year. JJ, outstanding for you.
Right under you.
Follow us on the feed as always, and we'll be back for grand final next week.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.